So hey, this is Mike with Mountain Boys. So it's coming into not quite mid-July right now, 2025, and the budget reconciliation bill that passed last week, the public land sale provisions were pulled from the bill. But just because they were pulled from the budget reconciliation bill doesn't mean that this isn't gonna crop up again sometime soon in the near future. So I recorded a video literally right before the vote went down, and we're going to go ahead and cut to that now because everything that I said in there I think is still valid, other than the fact that the bill passed without the public land sale provisions in there. So this is something for, outdoorsmen, anyone who enjoys hunting, fishing, camping, hiking on our public lands should be concerned about, because I don't think we're, pun intended, quite out of the woods yet on this one right now. And before I came up here out of phone service and everything for a couple days, it was unclear whether or not that the public land sale provisions were going to be able to remain in the Senate version of the reconciliation bill. Now, this language was introduced by Senator Mike Lee out of Utah, and let's just call it for what it is. This is a wholesale assault on our public lands right now. Thinking of it as anything less is really, really missing the point. Senator Lee and a small minority of people don't even like the fact that the American public has our wonderful public land system. So call your senator, let them know that this is not okay, what they're proposing. And if they manage to ram this through, hold them accountable for, disposing of our public lands legacy here that we have. A year ago, 2 years ago, I never thought I'd really ever have to make a video like this, but unfortunately I do. So when I get back into phone service again in 2 or 3 days, I'll go ahead and check on the status of this again. But as of the last update I had, it was being looked at by the Senate parliamentarian to see if it was appropriate to even remain in the reconciliation bill. And if the Senate parliamentarian says no, then she can only be overridden by the Senate Majority Leader or the Vice President. So I don't know. I also think it's really, really curious that of all the Western states that were, plus Alaska, that were included in this sale of public lands, Montana was carved out. And I have a theory on why this is, and this is speculation on my part, but it's that Senator Daines and Senator Sheehy needed political cover to vote for it if there was going to be any disposal of our public lands, because Montanans won't stand for it. So I think it's just kind of ironic and a little suspicious that all the Western states, plus Alaska, were included in that bill language, but that Montana was carved out. And that's why I think it was carved out, because they knew that Montana voters would hold them accountable if they tried to sell off our public lands. So the fact that this is more of a policy change as opposed to a budgetary change, and they're trying to bypass regular order in the Senate that would require 60 votes. Be concerned about that too, that they're trying to push through a major change, putting up to 3 million acres of our public lands up on the auction block, and they're not trying to do it through regular order. So that should be concerning, that they're trying to attach this to, what they consider do or die language or a do or die bill that they think they have to get passed. So it's wrong and it's completely inappropriate. So call your senators, call your senators' offices, let them know how you feel about this, please. Yeah, I mean, this is the country I grew up in. Hunting, camping, fishing, backpacking, you name it. While this particular chunk wouldn't be included in that language because this is wilderness area, all I have to do is go 2 miles that way, and that wouldn't be the case. And the idea that it's only going to be used for, the housing crisis, that the sale of our public lands aren't going to end up in the wealthiest hands that will cut off access to places like this for us. If they sold some of the bottom country here, they could cut off access up here to this. So please come out against us. Don't be silent on this one. This is too important. This is too important to everyone who hunts, fishes, camps, backpacks, you name it, on public lands. And it's important for our children too, that our children have this also and have access to this. So that's all I got on this one.